Good morning and namaskaram.
Namaste, sir.
Yeah, the audio is clear. You can hear. Hello, hello, Shailendra ji. Audio is okay.
Namaskar, Guruji.
Namaste.
It is good. Good, Raj.
Okay. We'll start. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya-kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusantatthami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshiniim Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayada Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalido Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahad Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sottirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartakah Keshavah Parasharya Vachas Saroja Mamalam Gitartha Gandhotkatam Nanakyanaka Kesaram Harikadha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradham Sinasreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrpatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marudastunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyandam na Vidusurasuragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yogam. We completed up to verse number 8 and we will continue from verse number 9. 8 was Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha Mattas Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. Right? Next one, 9th verse. Macchitta Madgatah Pranaha Bodhayandah Parasparam Kadhayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. One more time. Macchitta Madgatah Pranaha Bodhayandah Parasparam Kadhayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. What Bhagavan says is that Macchittaha, surrendering the chittam. Macchittaha means surrendering the chittam to me, surrendering their chittam. Then Madgatah Pranaha means surrendering the, here prana means jnana, karmendriyas and also prana, all that surrendering to me. Mam parasparam bodhayantaha, right, discussing or educating each other tat chindanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam. Right? So discussing or educating each other about what? About me. Okay? So whenever Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says me and mine in Bhagavad Gita, it is me means Paramatma. Okay? So mam parasparam bodhayantaha, kathayantaha cha, telling others, teaching others, right? All that. What? Teaching the glory of Atma. Nityam tushyanti cha, always or content, tripti. Okay, tripti. Tushyanti means tripti. Then nityam ramanti cha, they are in ramanti, right? Nandadi nandatyeva, always they are in bliss, that anandam. So what is that? How to remain in anandam? See, machittaha. Machittaha means surrendering the chittam to me. Totally surrendering the chittam. What is this chittam? See, here chittam can be taken as andhakaranam. So total andhakaranam, we know manaha, buddhi, ahankaram, chittam. These are the four faculties of andhakaranam. So here, what is when the ahankara? Okay, first we will take the ahankara. What is that ahankara? Ahankara is whenever the ego arises as I have done this or I am doing this. Okay, whenever it arises in our mind that I am doing something, I am doing a good thing, I did something bad, all that, any movement of the mind which says I am doing, what we should think at that time is that remember that I am only an instrument. I am the instrument only. When the I arises, remember that I am the Bhagavat Amsham. Okay, I am the Bhagavat Amsham. This body is an instrument in the hands of Bhagavan. So where is this Bhagavan sitting? The Bhagavan is everywhere. Okay, it also resides in me also. It resides in me. In that consciousness, the Bhagavan makes me do things. Right? The Bhagavan makes me do things. Whenever the I arises in us, remember that I cannot do anything. Sorry, one second. I am not capable of doing anything. Whatever is being carried out through this instrument, this body-mind complex, is because of that consciousness in me. It is because of that Bhagavan. It is because of that Bhagavan's Chaitanyam I am able to do things. Again, I am able to do means I am not doing things. I am only an instrument in Bhagavan's hands. This should be the thought whenever ego arises in us. This is the constant practice of this is surrendering the chittam. Okay, surrendering the chittam. One part of it, ahankaram part of it. Now the another thing next is chitta samarpanam. Okay, what is chitta samarpanam? Whenever our mind, andhakaranam, okay, is influenced, when it gets influenced by the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, these are the 6 things which the emotions which we experience. These are the disturbances of the mind. Because of some desire, we have to fulfill the desire, and then whenever the desires are unfulfilled, then we get angry and we get jealous. Then whenever the things happen, then we get that madam, madam, it comes, all that, matsaryam, the competitiveness, that I have to be better than that other person, or I am inferior to that person. All these vikarams, all these emotions which arises in our mind, that also you do offer to Bhagavan only, right? So what does that mean? By you remember that when this emotions arise in our mind, we look at all the things in the world as Bhagavat Swarupam. Okay, Bhagavat Swarupam it is. So anything that we think is the cause of that, the thing that anything that causes these emotions in us is Bhagavat Swarupam. The moment we see everything as Bhagavat Swarupam, immediately the difference between the me and the other reduces. When the difference between me and the other, it reduces, and slowly the oneness sets in, and that will remove the krodham, or that will remove all the other six, this mother matsaryam, etc., all that it will slowly reduce. So the only way to get rid of these emotions, etc., is to know that there is no other. So everything is Bhagavat Swarupam only. The karma phalam, etc., everything is an appearance in consciousness. The world that appears in front of me is only an appearance. There is no reality in it. And see that everything that you see is Brahman. Everything that you smell, taste, etc., is Brahman only. If somebody insults you, you look at that person as it is just a swabhavam, the swarupam of that, whatever it is, the swarupam is Brahman, consciousness alone. In consciousness, these various things appear, and I don't get affected because Aham Brahmasmi, my true nature is Brahman. So because of that, the raga dveshas, it reduces, and this is the chitta samarpanam. Okay, this is the chitta samarpanam. Then the next one is manas samarpanam. So mano buddhi ahankara chittam, we explained ahankaram and chittam. What is this mind? This mind, all the time the mind will be always dwelling upon the karma phala only. Anxious, any suppose you have written an examination, or you have any sort of investment you have made, or any sort of relationships that you want to maintain, anywhere the result is karma phalam. The karma phalam only the mind is dwelling upon. That is anxious about the result. This anxiety causes a lot of disturbance in the mind. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Like that. So, and all the karma phalam are objects only. Okay? All the karma phalams are objects. That is jada only. Or the karma phalam is jada only. Whereas the karma phalam is not going to give me happiness at all. Because it is all temporary. All the karma phalam is temporary. Right? Even if it is say passing of an examination also, if you think that it is just momentary, immediately it will go off, or it will start reducing, right? And again the next karma starts. To do that karma, there is a lot of difficulties. We have to undergo pain, and then when the result arrives, when the result comes, that result also is temporary. It remains for only short time. So then what to do with this? The karma phalam, whatever is the karma phalam, is Brahman only. That also is Brahman. Okay, remember that all the objects of the world that appear is Bhagavan only. Like the mirage water, you remember, the water that appears on the mirage, or the snake that appears on a rope, is rope only. The same word, the water that appears is desert only. So the whatever is that is appearing is Bhagavan only. So all the karma phalam, whatever it is, whether good or whether favorable, unfavorable, good, bad, etc., all that you offer to God only. Right? So this is the surrendering of the mind. Surrender that mind. See, another way we can think of is, where is this mind arises? The mind and then the body. Okay, the first mind arises. In the mind, ahankara arises first, and all that which arises in the mind, and then the mind's sankalpa is all everything else. Okay, so all the objects is the sankalpa of the mind, and the mind arises where? The mind always arises in consciousness. Is it not? The mind arises in consciousness. So anything that arises in consciousness has to be consciousness only. All that appears as necklace, bangles, ring, all that is gold alone. So they all arise. The names and forms that we see here, the names and forms, they appear in consciousness. The way the necklace, bangles, rings, they appear in gold, whereas it is through and through gold alone. Right? There is absolutely no reality in saying it is necklace. There is absolutely no reality in saying it is a bangle. Whereas gold is the truth. Similarly, all that appears, right? They are all consciousness alone, Atma alone, Brahman alone. Okay, so these, all that materials, okay, money, or let it be property, or let it be any other goal in our life, let it be anything, okay, all that arises, any karma phala is an object only. That all the object that arise in consciousness has to be consciousness alone. So remembering this at all times, using what? Using our buddhi. Using our buddhi, the intellect, the intelligence that we have to apply this Anvaya Vyatireka, which we explained earlier. The same thing, if everything that appears as necklace etc. is gold, if there is no gold, no necklace, no bangles, right? So gold is the reality, and the necklace, the names and forms, they have absolutely no reality in it, right? Anvaya Vyatireka, you apply, consciousness is there, the world is there. If there is no consciousness, world is not there. That means all that appears as world is consciousness alone. Everything that is appearing here as humans, animals, plants, and everything that appears to you, appears to me, appears to everyone is consciousness alone. So Sarvam Atma Vastu alone. Everything is Atma alone. So this is the Buddhi Samarpanam. So what does that mean? The totally Matchittaha. Matchittaha means you surrender your mind to me. Okay, then Madgata Pranaha. Here Pranaha means both Karma Indriyas and Jnanendriyas. Both the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas and the Prana also. Okay, so here what do we do with the Jnanendriyas? We see many things, we smell many things, we taste many things, right? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasagandham. With the Jnanendriyas, whatever we intake, okay, that is, they are the gates. So through that, whatever we intake is Bhagavan alone. Remember that everything is God alone, right? We know that, it's very clear now. Already we have, through proper analysis, okay, intellectually we have understood clearly that all that appears to us, Yadunnu Kanmadad Narayana Pratima, Yadunnu Kelpadad Narayana Shrutigal, Yadunnu Cheivadad Narayana Archanagal, Yadunnidokke Hari Narayanaya Namaha. So anything that we hear, smell, taste, etc. is God alone, Bhagavan alone. Remember this at all times. Okay, remember this at all times. There is no other way. Nanyah pantha vidyate anaya. There is no other way other than this. Okay, and it is a fact. It's a truth. Okay, so it's a truth. It's a fact that we remember at all times. That remembering of all the Jnanendriya that we feed in, that all that through the gates, whatever we feed in is God alone. Okay, and Karmendriyas. Yadunnu Cheivadada Narayana Archanagal. Anything that you do with your Karmendriyas, any act, walking, cooking, or talking, anything that you do with your Karmendriyas, doing puja, or working in the office, working on computers, okay, anything, your tailoring, stitching, or any job that you do, any karma that you do, all the karmas, you think that everything is an offering to God, right? Offering to God means, how is it? It's an offering. If you are serving your father, if you are serving your mother, they are God. If you are serving your wife and children, etc., they are all God. Okay? The inside, don't need to tell anyone. No need to tell anyone. This is a secret that everyone must handle. It's a secret. No need to tell everyone at all. Okay? Keep it in our mind that everything is God alone. Everything is Bhagavan only. Okay? With that knowledge, with that smriti, at all times you do all karmas. When we do all these karmas, it becomes naturally Bhagavad Archana or Bhagavad Aradhana. So this is what? Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas and the prana, the breathing. Right? The breathing happens here. And there are so many other digestive systems working. One second. Yeah, many things, many digestive systems are working, breathing is happening, and digestive thing, many things that is happening in our body, everything, voluntary, involuntary actions, all that is offering to God. It's our Ishvara Puja. Remember this at all times. Okay? Madgata Pranaha. Then Bodhayandah Parasparam. Bodhayandah Parasparam. Okay? Educate each other. Okay, like-minded only. Only people who are like-minded talk about Atma, talk about Brahman, talk about this Upanishads and whatever is the subject, Tattva Bodha, and about all that, the Panchakosha Vivekam or Avasthatraya Vivekam, anything that is explained in Vedanta, discuss among the like-minded, discuss it. No need to tell the other Ajnani who has got no interest at all. Please do not. They will unnecessarily make fun of us and fun of you, and it is not necessary. It won't go inside. Okay. So, but discuss with people who have some interest in it. Discuss it. Discuss where you stand. At each point where you stand, what are the disturbances, how do you handle your disturbances of the mind, how do you handle life in your family, in your work circle, all that, everything you discuss based on Vedanta, okay, not on the transactions, okay, not discussion should be based on Vedanta only. With that, discuss each other, discuss about what? Discuss about Atma only. Do not discuss about the share market or who the politician and the other things regarding politics and other things. Do not discuss that. Don't discuss. Okay? Discourage. If possible, discourage. Discuss only about Atma, Brahman, etc. and handling the mind. How we handle our mind. Okay? So this only has to be discussed. That is Parasparam Bodhayantaha. Only discuss about Bhagavata Purana if you want to discuss, or if you want to discuss about Upanishads, fine. That is all discussions are Ramayana, you can discuss. So these things to be discussed based on Vedantic principle. Okay. Bodhayandaha Parasparam Kadhayandascha. Kadhayandaha cha. Talk. Give talks. If possible, give talks. Educate other. If possible, if somebody has got the receiving capacity, if somebody is receiving, then give them a talk on this. Tell them, educate them with pramana. Okay, with that this is quoted in Bhagavad Gita, that is quoted in Upanishads, this is quoted in that Prakarana Grantha. So Bhagavan Adi Shankara has said something, or any other Jnanis, they have told this, etc. Quote it, and then through the quotes you discuss. Through the quote, you educate them, you tell them, so that there is some interest in them. That is the greatest blessing for we ourselves as well as the others also. In one of the verses, Bhagavan says here, Krishna says, he is my Priyatamaha, he is my most beloved devotee who teaches this to others. I don't remember the verse, which verse it is. So, tell others about Atma, etc. if they are able to receive it. Little bit also, if they can receive, please tell. Try. There is nothing wrong in trying. But totally Ajnani and all, never try this. Okay. So, Bodhayandah Parasparam Kadhayandascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti cha. They are always content people. Right? They have this tripti in their lives. They will develop tripti in their lives and all the time, Nityam. Okay, one who remembers this at all times will find, if at all the mind is getting disturbed, it will not stay disturbed for longer time. If somebody is angry, if we all get angry with someone, the anger doesn't last for a few seconds or few minutes maximum. We don't keep it till the funeral of that person. We don't do that, right? Just we keep it maybe initially maybe a few hours, then it will come down to a few minutes, and then maybe a few seconds, and it will just vanish. It will just get flushed out of the system. There will be no anger at all. There will be no other such emotions. There will not be. Okay, so what we have to do is practice this. One who practices this, Machittaha Madgata Pranaha Bodhayandah Parasparam Kadhayandascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti. Tripti, contentment is always there, happiness is there, and Ramanticha, one who is in Tripti state all the time. Ramanti means they are in Anandam. All the time they are in Anandam. Okay, they will be in Anandam, bliss, happy. Okay, that is what it produces. See, this tripti will not come from money or any relations, etc. Okay, this will never come. That contentment, throughout contentment at all times will not come. If suppose we do a certain karma, and then if the result is favorable, we will get that happiness. We will definitely be tripti. Tripti will come, contentment will come, but it will not last. It will not last. What does that mean? It means that it will produce the karma vasana which will make you do that again or do the next one. It will make you do the next one, longing for the next one. It doesn't stop there. Okay, then we again do another karma with an intention of finding a favorable result again. Then again it continues. This will make the layer of the raga dvesha, the karma vasana, thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. This is what is happening with an ajnani. This is what has been happening for janmas for us. Now we have realized that karma cannot produce this jnanam. It will only add up our raga and dvesha. This raga and dvesha is the covering over Atma. So it covers the Atma, and Atma is hidden, and it will not allow it to reveal itself. It will not allow. And this mind will be always either dwelling, all the time dwelling, anxious about what is going to happen, what is going to happen, what is going to happen. There is no other thought in the mind. Okay, Vyavasayatmika buddhi reka, that eka buddhi will never come. Bahusagha hyanandascha. Always it is scattered over this and that. From morning to evening till go to bed, we will be thinking about what is going to happen to that person, what is going to happen to me, what is going to happen to my wife, my children, and this bank balance and property or the politics, and if nothing is there, then moving. Okay, so similarly we are all thinking about so many other things, never having a little bit of time to think of Atma, think of Bhagavan, think of God, etc. That should not be the case. So one who realizes that the only way to have tripti is Machitta Madgata Pranaha Bodhayandah Parasparam Kadhayandascha Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha. This is the only way. There is no other way to have this Nityam Anandam. Okay, the other Anandam is temporary. It will come and go. Like the ice cream you have, it has come, it will go. Like that it will happen. Okay, so Tushyanticha Ramanticha. One who is dwelling in God, dwelling in Bhagavan, and Bhagavat Prapti is my only lakshyam, will reach a state of equanimity at all times. Okay, so we will move to the next one. Tesham satata yuktanam, 10th verse. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I will give dadami, I will give them buddhi yogam. That buddhi yogam I will give. Tam means what? Tam means to many. This already I have given to many. Okay, like Janaka and others, then Sanakadi Rishis, Sanaka Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, all of them I have given, and I have Yakyavalkya, like Grihasthas. So this has been given to many jnanis. That Buddhi Yogam, we'll discuss. Buddhi Yogam I will give to whom I will give? Priti Purvakam Bhajadam. Okay, those who worship me with Chitta Prasadam, who do worshipping me, okay, who do upasana or who do worship me. Bhajadam means bhakti, who do bhakti towards me, who have devotion towards me, who have love towards me, with what? With Chitta Prasadam. That is very important. The mind is Shantam. You know, the person has got a calm mind, quietude, Shanti has come, Chitta Prasadam has come, Antashitalata is there, Antashitalata, okay, a cool mind, okay, with that mind, one who is doing this, worshipping me, one who worships me, who has devotion towards me, Satata Yuktanam, always, Satata Yuktanam, without a break, always remembering me, okay, always remembering me, whose mind is always fixed on me, Bhagavan alone, whose mind is fixed always, Tesham, to those Nishkama Bhaktaha, they have no other desire in this world, they are not looking for petty things, okay, those people who worship me without any desire, very important here, without any desire, they, tam, Tam, I give them what? Buddhi Yogam. I give them Buddhi Yogam. What is this Buddhi Yogam? See, in 6th chapter 18 to 23rd verses, this is explained. Buddhi Yogam. See, Buddhi Yogam means it is Savikalpaka Samadhi or Savikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpaka or Savikalpa, Uttar say. What is Savikalpa Samadhi? There, the person, the individual is fully alert. Okay? Fully alert. The intellectual clarity has come that Sarvam Brahmamayam, everything is God alone, everything is consciousness alone. It has come in the intellect. Now, when this individual is always remembering this and applying this in his day-to-day affairs, moment to moment, that fully alert, the buddhi is always alert, watching what? Watching the mind. Watching the mind at all times, whether the mind is getting disturbed by anything, is the mind is getting disturbed, okay? So this constant watchfulness, this constant alertness, okay, with that the mind is made to sit calm. Okay, whenever there is initially and all, the disturbances will be too high, the fluctuations will be too high, up and down, sometimes jumping with joy like this, and when something goes wrong, all the time depressed. Okay, so this fluctuation will be too high. Whereas when the alertness comes with the intellectual knowledge that Sarvam Brahmamayam, there is God alone here, I don't exist, I cannot do any karma, all this is happening. We have to remember all the previous verses, and with that, when there is constant continuous alertness, with that alertness, if the mind is made calm, that is Savikalpa Samadhi. Okay, don't be worried about this Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi and all, which is very difficult and all. Please don't think that. Difficult, of course it is there, but understanding is not so difficult. Okay, understanding is not so difficult. Buddhi Yogam is another word. See, in Bhagavad Gita, the Vedantic technical words are always avoided by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So here he says Buddhi Yogam. Buddhi Yogam is very simple. Savikalpa Samadhi it is, where the fully alert, the Buddhi is fully alert. With that alertness, the mind is watched at all times, and the disturbances are brought down slowly, very slowly. Shanai Ruparameta, slowly it is brought down, and the mind is set at calm. Because the Buddhi is watching. The Buddhi is watching the mind at all times. Okay, and sometimes when it gets disturbed, that is the time when we forget ourselves. That is how we react. Okay, that is how we react without thinking. We just react. The watchfulness is lost at that moment. That second, we react. Sudden outburst of some anger or sudden outburst of something else, because the watchfulness is not there. The alertness is not there. Okay, so with alertness, when we do that, the disturbance, when it arises, when it comes, we will know it. Exactly, we will know it. Oh yes, this something is coming up. Okay, so why it is coming? Analyze it then and there, and it will slowly vanish. It will vanish because the ignorance is set in. It is coming from that ignorance. From the ignorance is nothing but karma vasana. From there, it sprouts just like that. Spontaneously it comes. That time, watch it. That watchfulness is Buddhi Yogam. And while doing it again and again, it might take days, it may take some few months, doesn't matter. The mind is set at calmness. Okay, that Buddhi Yogam I will give. And this leads, this Savikalpa Samadhi slowly and steadily leads to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Why there is alertness? Because there is a fear that the mind can get disturbed. That is Savikalpa Samadhi. There may be, my mind might get disturbed. Okay, that is the alertness. What is that alertness? Nothing else. That alertness is any time my mind can get disturbed. Because of the various factors, because of that whatever is set in, our ignorance is there. Our ignorance of that this money or property or relations will give me happiness tomorrow. That is the ignorance. Whereas these things cannot give happiness because they are temporary. It can go any time. This knowledge, okay, this understanding of this that is ignorance. Because of that ignorance, the mind can get disturbed. When the mind can get disturbed, the buddhi stays alert. Understand? So that means the alertness is required. One second. The alertness is required out of this slight fearfulness, fearing. This fear is there. My mind can get disturbed. But over a period of time, when this constant practice of Buddhi Yogam, the Savikalpa Samadhi, which I explained, will lead to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is Sahaja Samadhi. That is the Sahaja Samadhi, where the alertness is no more required. It can be there, it cannot be there. It can be there, it need not be there. Okay? In old age, like how the Indriyas walk away, Buddhi also will walk away. People won't remember It is not necessary that we remember multiplication table, right? In old age, we don't. In old age, people don't remember the others' names, etc. So like that, need not necessarily remember Bhagavad Gita verses. Need not necessarily remember the subject matter of Upanishad. Okay. And when the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad is no more there, how the buddhi alertness can be there? When the alertness is not there, if the karma vasana is not flushed out of the system, that sprouts from the mind will turn into actions without the interference of the buddhi, is what is happening around old people. Okay, I don't want to discuss anything more than this. Think about it. Okay, so Savikalpa Samadhi leads to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where the alertness is no more there. Okay, alertness is no more required. No more required. It can be there or it can go away. No problem at all. That is Sahaja Samadhi. Okay, that is Sahaja Samadhi. The mind is calm. No need of any interference. The mind is already set. Okay. So that Buddhi Yogam I will give. Ena te mam upayanti. With that Buddhi Yoga, they merge in me. They merge in me. They reach me. Okay. This is the meaning of this. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. We should understand this clearly. Okay, we should understand and then look around and analyze it in our own lives and also around the people or the lives of others also we should study. Then only we will be able to understand it clearly. Okay, think about it. Always think. What is Bhagavad Gita is telling us to do? We should know it very clearly. Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad. If it is not helping us, if we are not able to control our mind, if we are not able to bring our mind to equanimity, then what is the use? Right? 11th verse. Teshamevanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavastho jnanadipena bhasvata. Teshamevanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavastho jnanadipena bhasvata. Out of compassion for them, out of love for them, I, who dwell in their hearts, destroy the darkness of ignorance, destroy the avidya in them with the lamp, the luminous lamp of knowledge, the self-effulgent, because you don't need another light to light up that kind of lamp. Okay, that luminous lamp of knowledge. This is the meaning of this. Tesham, those bhaktas. What type of bhaktas? Machittaha, madgada pranaha, who are able to maintain Savikalpa Samadhi. Okay, remember that. Who are able to maintain Savikalpa Samadhi by remembering me, Bhagavan, God at all times. Tesham. Okay, anukambartam, for their welfare. Okay, for their welfare, for their good. Atma bhavastaha aham, I am the Atma. Okay, this clarity is there. Those who are dwelling always on me, they know aham sarva bhavastaha. Who is making this do? Aham, that consciousness in us, the Bhagavan in us, out of that Bhagavan's kripa. Okay, bhasvata jnanadipena, with the lamp of knowledge, with the lamp of jnanam. Okay, the spreading light. Ajnanajam tamaha nashayami, I destroy the avidya, I destroy the ajnanam with the jnanadipena, with that light, the luminous lamp Okay, with that knowledge, the knowledge, knowledge itself is Jnanam is Brahman. Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. Right? That Jnanam is Brahman, Arivu. In Malayalam and Tamil it is called Arivu. That is Brahman. Okay? So, Ajnanajam Tamaha, that one destroys the Ajnanam. What is the Ajnanam? The ignorance. What is the ignorance? Ignorance is that the world is truth, the world is right, the world is real. That is the Ajnanam. No other Ajnanam is there. Okay? That the names and forms that we experience with the five sense organs is real. That is the Ajnanam. Okay? And that means this body mind complex is real. That means I am this body. That is the Ajnanam. Whereas I have to know first intellectually that I am not this body. There is something which is there, which is not this body, which is not this mind, which is not this intellect, but I am that. Okay? That is that bodham. It is called bodham. Okay? Bodham. Consciousness. That consciousness is what I am, which is never born, which never dies, which is ever there. Whether this body falls, whether new body comes, whether new body doesn't come, doesn't matter. It is not in me. Okay, I don't do all this. All that karma and other things is all done by this mind, body mind complexes, but I am not that. I am that Atma. I never die. I am never born. I am ever present. Everywhere I am present. I am Sarvashaktaha, Sarvajnaha, Sarvavyapi. Okay, this is the knowledge. Everything else is ignorance. Everything else is ignorant. This is the only knowledge. That knowledge, that ariva is Brahman. Okay, that is the truth. Existence, consciousness, bliss. Okay, so Tesham Anugambartam, who stay in Savikalpa Samadhi for longer time, okay, that leads to Nirvikalpa Yogam. Nirvikalpa Yogam is Sarvatra Samadarshanam, Sarvatra Brahmanubhavam. Brahman alone exists, Aham Brahmasmi, you are also that, Tattvamasi, and there is nothing other than Bhagavan here. That state one who reaches, okay, that Desham, that state will be reached. Okay, that complete realization, the pure God realization will happen. By Jnana Deepena Bhaswata. Jnana Deepena Nashayami. I destroy the ignorance. By destroying the ignorance, Atma Bhavasam Bhaswata Jnana Deepena. So what is the meaning? Out of compassion for them, I who dwell in their hearts, I destroy the darkness of ignorance in them with the lamp of knowledge. This is the meaning. Then this, see, Nirvikalpa Samadhi also, there is technically, there are two, they say. Just for understanding, Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Antara Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The Antara Nirvikalpa Samadhi is where the individual does not come into the transaction. Okay, maybe sitting secluded and shutting off their mind from the external things, and there reaches the Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Atma Anubhavam. That is very no thoughts at all the thoughts absolutely thinking of no anxiety, nothing. That without getting involved in the activities, one who reaches there, that is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Antara Nirvikalpa Samadhi, internal. Whereas Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi is one who is in, that is Sahaja Samadhi, one who is in transaction. The perfect example is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna, who is in that Samadhi, Sahaja Samadhi at all times, even when he is at the middle of action. Bhagavan Sri Krishna never cried. So that is the state of that is why we call him Purna Avatara. He is the Yogacharya, etc. Because he is in full transaction and he is undisturbed. He is undisturbed. Yogeshwara. That is why we call him Yogeshwara. So that is Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And that is definitely that is possible by everyone. That is the goal of everyone. Andhra Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not a mandatory requirement to have Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Andhra Nirvikalpa Samadhi is very difficult, very tough, whereas Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi is what is necessary. Okay, that is necessary and it is a must, it is mandatory. Whereas Andhra Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not mandatory. Bahya Nirvikalpa Samadhi is Bhagavat Prapti, Moksham, all that various names you can give. That is a state of mind, the equanimity of the mind. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate in second chapter. So that samatvam is the yoga sthiti. That yoga sthiti I give by destroying the ignorance. This is the promise by Bhagavan. Okay, and this is the destruction of Ajnana Tamas. Ajnana Tamas means the darkness. The darkness of ignorance will be, I destroy it. Right? I destroy it. Bhagavan destroys. As consciousness in each one of us, it is Bhagavan's duty to destroy the ignorance. It is Bhagavan will definitely destroy it. There is no doubt about it. The only thing we have to do is look up towards Bhagavan. Look up towards that consciousness. Instead of looking about all other outside objects Bhagavans, we should look inside and look at that consciousness, that Atma, that Bhagavan. That then it's a Bhagavan's duty to destroy our ignorance. That is a promise by Bhagavan. Right? Now Arjuna got the clarity that whatever Krishna says, the Krishna who is sitting with a whip and reins in front of him, the Vasudeva Krishna, this is not just a simple Vasudeva Krishna, right? It is Paramatma who is talking. He realized it. He knew that this is not a simple Vasudeva Krishna, but Sakshat Paramatma, Parabrahmam is. Arjuna now wants to see. He understood clearly. He understood that Sarvam Brahmamayam, he understood now. But he wants to know how to do this upasana. For that, how to do that upasana, how to see Brahman everywhere. Okay, so he clearly tells then where he stands. Now Arjuna tells Krishna where he exactly stands, what he has understood so far, what he has understood and what he wants more from Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Right? This is what in the next few verses. This we will continue in our next session. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.